And you're saying supersize your salad. If you're going to order a salad, don't go for the wimpy salad. You want to get the big old salad.
Right, supersize the salad. I see people, Veronica, get these little bitty salads and they put all this unhealthy food around it. That's crazy.
That's me.
See, you can't do that. See, people, we tried to supersize our burgers, we supersize the fries, we supersize the Coke, we saw the result. Now let's supersize the salad and watch what the salads would do. This guy was telling me the other day, Veronica, he supersized the salad for a year and a half and lost 90 pounds. He was 280, went down to 185 pounds by just supersizing the salad. It's amazing. And you figure if you pull out 300 calories a day, voila, in 1 year, you'll have 30 pounds off.
Wow.
Just like that.
Okay, well, if I supersize the salad, Jerry, does that mean I can have the cake right after?
Oh, my goodness. No.
How many days a week are you suggesting that we do cardio, and is there a certain level we should get our heart rates up to?
Most definitely. First of all, you get the volume in first, get your cardio, because a lot of people go with a high heart rate and then they can't even complete the 15 to 20 minutes. The key is first you get the volume in, you work yourself to 30 minutes, then once you can easily do 30 minutes, then you increase your intensity level. So most people increase their intensity level and only can do 5 minutes. So the key, volume first, intensity second, that's how you do it.
What about your next tip? I'm looking at your next tip, which is keep it moving. Is this the part we dance? Keep it moving?
No, keep the fiber moving. So when you go posto and then you supersize your salad, the fiber absorbs more water. You got to drink 8 to 10 glasses of water a day. Otherwise, the food won't move out of your system. You have to keep it moving by increasing your water intake. Because here's what's happened. When you go with a high fiber diet, it eliminates your system in 36 hours. A low fiber diet takes 77 hours. So you got to keep it moving by increasing your water intake so you can keep your large intestine cleaned out. It's very important because if you get constipated, you're in trouble. I remember years ago, this one kid, he was working out. I said, you know what, you can win a contest, a natural bodybuilding competition. 3 weeks later, I see this guy, he's on steroids, he gets all buffed out. Right after that, he gets cancer. This guy goes through chemotherapy, healed. What'd he do? He go right back on steroids because it's addictive mentally also. So it's very dangerous. It leads up to other things that's not healthy for you.
So you say we should just stick with the naturals. Jerry Anderson, thanks so much for taking a few minutes to speak with us today on Pipeline.
My pleasure. Have a great weekend.
All right, you too, sir. Thank you.
Control.
Jerry, we're also getting an email from Lind, who writes in, Jerry, what's the true story on creatine for those of us who want to bust that belly?
Yeah, a lot of people are taking creatine to increase their lean muscle mass, but what it does is increase cellular water in the muscle, makes you feel like you're gaining more muscle. But the bottom line is you have to be accountable and take responsibility of your results. There's no secret pill to get you there. You have to do the work, strength training, aerobic exercise, low-fat nutrition, mental fitness, and you have to watch these products because what they do is they make a lot of false claims. They're not true, and the only way to protect yourself is to eat the healthy way. That's the best way to go.
All right. No pain, no gain.
Pain is the first sign of injury.
Oh, whoops. Okay, well, I was talking about saying no to sweets.
Don't buy into it. Avoid the fad diets. Because you know what? Most of the diets are dead end. I don't care what street you are on or who you are. You're not going to get anywhere. You're looking for the long-term effect. So here's the goal. If any diet doesn't have the 6 nutrients that the body needs to function on, protein, carbohydrates, vitamin, minerals, and water, which is the main one, you are not going to get there. Forget about the high-protein diets because they induce water loss, not fat loss. And our goal is to increase your lean muscle mass, reduce your fat, and get the healthy lifestyle for a lifetime.
Okay, now there are risks of diseases like ketosis from too much protein consumption. Is that right, Jerry?
Most definitely. Ketosis is too much blood acid. That means you got fat and protein, so your acid level goes up, and that actually could trigger you into a diabetic coma. So that's very dangerous, and dehydration, because when you're taking the carbohydrates, it drives the water into your cells. It's really great for your body. Hey, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing great, but I have to tell you, we caught you showing off your muscles on Anderson Cooper 360.
What?
Yeah,
Are you
roll that beautiful video, please.
What?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Here's the footage right there. You're lifting 1,000 pounds.
Oh man, wow! I'm impressed.
Well, hey, you better not leave us to strut your stuff on prime time. But let's give folks the backstory here because Pat Robertson claimed that he leg pressed 2,000 pounds.
Right.
So you were going on to what was that, 1,000 pounds that you were?
That was 1,000 pounds. I mean, that was really, really heavy. You know what, Betty, was amazing? It took me 2 weeks to recover from that workout.
So what do you think? Do you think Pat Robertson really did it?
Wow, I mean, it was pretty tough for him. If he did, boy, Wow, he's better than me.
He's a better man than you.
I mean, my hips were sore, my hamstrings were sore, my quadriceps were sore for 14
I'm sore just
days.
thinking about it.
Well, next time I'm going to invite you to come in and work with me a little bit, maybe
I'll
add
be
the
your
weights
spotter.
on.
I'll be your
there
spotter.
You go.
How about
All
that?
right,
Okay.
yeah.
Help. I mean, there are some folks say if you're taking in large amounts of protein, if you're taking in a lot of carbs, all you need to do is flush it through your body with a lot of water and you're safe. Right. Is that true?
Well, a lot of people do think if you increase the water, it will give you some more safety, but the bottom line is the carbohydrates is what holds the water inside the muscle. You have no ability to hold the water because you don't have the carbohydrates. It's great to drink at least 8 to 10 glasses of water a day, and if you exercise more, drink more water, but don't blame it all on the water, but you have to balance your protein. 3 fatty acids are a good fatty acid. It has polyunsaturated fat, which is good for the system. It actually is good for the brain, it's good for the heart, and it reduces inflammation, and it's excellent. But the best form to get it in, you should get it in fatty fish, or you should get it from, flaxseed oil, soybeans, olive oil. Those are the best sources. You shouldn't take the supplement because it doesn't bring you don't make good healthy choices. It doesn't have vitamin A, D, E, and K. There's additional stuff that go along with it. So the best way to go the natural way. And a lot of these things are, they put in all kinds of products, and you kind of wonder, you go, why are they putting in all these products? It's almost like when you go, okay, I'm getting ready to go out with this girl. She likes a guy in a blue suit. When I go on a date, what do? Wear a blue suit. So since everyone is hooked on omega-3 fatty acids, they're putting it in everything. That's not the way you do it. You want to get it the natural way, the safest way. That's the best way to go. It reduces the chance of injury. And you know another thing, Stacey, is a lot of people taking omega-3, it thins your blood, and taking aspirin, it thins your blood. You shouldn't do it without your doctor's consulting your doctor. It could be very dangerous. Mm-hmm. Most people, when they shop in the middle of the grocery store. That's where all the fatty foods, high-fat foods are. Hit the perimeter, the outside. Fruit, vegetables, grains, cartilage cheese, low-fat foods. That's what you want to do. Get out of that, get out of the inside of that, because that's like the Bermuda Triangle. You get in there, bam, you are in major trouble. So hit the perimeter, you burn more calories, and you get healthier food. It's the way to go. That's the main thing. Because you know what? Sometimes I look at people's baskets, and I can see all the junk food. If they hit that perimeter, it's going to make a difference. Yum me. Important.
What about sports drinks? Do they work?
Well, you know, in sports drinks, I tell you, your body loses 10 glasses of water a day through normal functions. You should save the sports drinks for elite athletes because they need them to replenish their energy source while they're exercising, and they have additional calories attached to it. We don't really need that because 70% of adults in this country are overweight or obese. I don't think we need to increase our calorie intake. I recommend you drinking 10 glasses of water a day to keep your body hydrated properly. Very important. And Veronica, I picked up, look at this. Voila, a donut. Yeah, do you know how much trans fat and how many calories in it? It's recommended that we only take 2 grams of trans fat a day.
Hang on, is it a Krispy Kreme?
This is, it's close. You can't even tell. The thing's a mess. The name doesn't change the problem, Veronica. The name, you can call it what you want. It doesn't change the problem. And this donut has about 5 grams of trans fat. It's only recommended you have 2 grams a day. If you eat 3 of these a day, that's 15. Now you're clogging your system up, and you're wondering why you're having a heart attack or a stroke, and you're not feeling good, and your whole system is out of whack. Wow, it's trans fat, so watch it. And that's about 280 calories. So that adds up.
So basically you're telling me that if I have one of those donuts, I can't eat for 3 days.
Almost. But you know what? The trans fat's so high, so they're trying to replace it. You really have to watch that trans fat. And you know what, Veronica? The thing is that we only have enough information from what's going on now with trans fat. It's probably going to get worse. But the only way to guarantee that it's not going to tear you apart is to exclude it. Fruit, vegetables, grains, and ask about the trans fat. Don't be afraid when you go to a restaurant and ask about the trans fat because that's your body, that's your money. Why not? You know what? The FDA don't approve dietary supplements. They consider these as a foodstuff, and that when you put a product on the market that you're going to enhance the lives of Americans, and it's good for them, but we all know with a lot of products, they don't do that. They increase your blood pressure, increase your chance of heart disease, stroke. So we really have to be cautious about these products. And what I recommend, you should eat your vitamins through food, fruit, vegetables, and grains, and try to make healthy food choices, because a lot of people, Carl, what they do is that they eat unhealthy, take a supplement, and think that's going to take care of the problem for them. It doesn't work at all.
Good. Okay, this is from Susan from North Dakota. She asks, is there an optimal time to exercise each day to boost metabolism or other such benefit?
You know what, Susan? The best thing to do is when you can fit it in, set the time of the day you can work out. The best time is the time you can fit it in. But I believe is one bird in the hand is better than two in the bush. If you get it done in the morning, for the rest of the day, you clear and you burning fat. I've noticed in the past over the years when I've worked out, when I work out in the morning, my body is leaner than if I work out in the evening. So you really kick that fat burning capacity in the point and get it going. So that's 7 and 7 to a 10 and 10, 15 and 15, or follow the 12-minute workout in my book. Boom, you are on course. Bottom line is, a lot of vegetarians are underweight, so they're probably a little bit under muscle, but the weight training will build the muscle, increase bone density, even if you have a slight underweight. So it's okay. You can build muscle as a vegetarian, no problem. And you don't have to worry about the protein. If you're a vegetarian, you're having soy, tofu, and you're mixing beans and rice, that makes it proper protein, because the body doesn't know where the protein source is. It breaks protein down to amino acids so it can use it at the cells to build and repair muscle. Voila, done deal. There's some great people who are vegetarians that use this. Bill Pearl, 3-time Mr. Universe. Killer Kowalski, you probably don't remember him. Carl Lewis, Edwin Moses. Jack Elaine is a vegetarian. Hey, I don't eat a lot of meat myself, so you can see you can do it. Just do the work and watch what happens, because a lot of times people want to know the end result before they do the work. Do the work, watch what happens. Unbelievable. Yes.
Very nice. Very nice. One quick question, I'm going to let you go.
Yes.
You just said that you don't eat that much meat.
No.
Is that something that we should all follow?
But you know what? I don't know. You know what? One of the things I've done years ago, I said the way to know how much meat you should eat is start at 0 and work your way up. You don't start at 100 and work your way down, right? So I reduce my protein intake, increase my carbohydrates. I have more strength, build more muscle, and I feel a lot better. And you have less fat, so you reduce your chance for the saturated fat. So it's a good diet. Good morning, Veronica. How you doing?
I'm doing well. It's always nice to see you. All right, let's start with the first email. One viewer is writing in. She knows you can't spot reduce, but can you spot train a certain body part to get results in a certain area?
Right. And this is a great question, because a lot of people, they come to me and say, Jerry, I want to just work a certain area, like the women said, the back of my butt or the top of my butt. You can't just spot train those areas. Muscles work on an all or nothing principle. So if you're doing a lunge for your butt, it's going to work the front of your thighs, back of your thighs, and your gluteus, all of those. Even if you're doing squats, it works your glutes, your hams, your quads. So you can't eliminate it. And the benefit is you get 3 for the price of 1. So you don't want to just totally isolate one muscle group. Why would you want to do? You got 600 muscles. You can't do 600 exercises. You got to use multi-joint movement. So you can't pick an area. And Veronica, this guy comes up to me yesterday morning. He said, Jerry, what about working my lower chest? I work the upper. But the bottom line is you can't just tell your body what part of the fiber you want to work. Once you create a contraction, boom, that whole muscle works.
All right.
Deal.
Well, I totally get what you're saying. I think that's great. I think it's great that we're going to get 3 for the price of 1. But what exercise do we want to do if we want to train a certain body part? Let's just say your backside or maybe your thighs.
Right.
Lunges, is there anything else?
You use a combination of exercise. For instance, you could do a stiff leg deadlift. You go down and up. And this exercise works your lower back, your butt, and your hamstring, because you can't really isolate it. If you do one of these little exercises that you see they used to do on these old-fashioned workout videos, they don't produce results. I mean, you're wasting your time. It's just a lot of repetitions. The injury factor goes up. So you want to get 3 for the price of 1, not just one little exercise. That's just an isolator. You might as well squeeze it while you're driving your car and do isometrics.
Hello? You're driving your car.
Right, you can do isometrics. You can squeeze your glutes while you're driving. Why even go to the gym to do that?
Does it work?
Oh, it's an isolator. What happens is isometrics, it actually tightens the muscle, but you need muscle to tighten. You know what I mean? So you have to work out to build the muscle. Then you can use isometrics. It's an old-fashioned technique.
All right.
We use it a lot in bodybuilding.
This is from Anthony. He says he's 25, he's from New York, he weighs 260 pounds, and he's had a lot of trouble staying on track with eating right. He says he's been good at running and doing cardio. It's just he cannot change his usual eating habits.
Right. The thing to do, Anthony, you have all the other components, the strength training, aerobic exercise. Now we need you to dial the nutrition up. Here's the thing. Make it a priority. Make sure that you meet all your nutritional needs every day. Have at least 5 to 6 pieces of fruit and vegetables a day. And make sure you eat lean meats and get it started and make your mind up. So if you get your mind right, things will go right. So eliminate all the fatty foods. And here's a great way to do it. Let all your friends and family members know that you're not going to eat unhealthy foods anymore. Then they will stop you every time you try to do it. And that's how you're going to make it to that gold champ. Come in with that lean, muscular body, and you're going to love it.
All right, let's get to the next email.
Okay.
This person says, I'm over 50. It's from Maryland. Maryland says she's over 50 and in the process of losing weight through diet. I find that in a given week, I may lose 3 to 5 pounds, but as soon as I do a gym workout, I gain a pound back the very next day. So am I putting on muscle weight that offsets the weight loss?
Wow.
This seems really excessive to me.
Right.
Sounds like a lot.
The weight loss is too fast. I mean, Marilyn, this is a problem. Red flags are flying everywhere. Even if you lose weight and you don't exercise, your heart's going to shrink, your muscles are going to shrink, your bone density is going to be gone. Boom, it's better to be a little bit overweight and fit than lower weight and not fit. So we got to watch that. 1 to 2 pounds of fat loss a week is perfect. And the bottom line is you only gain weight when you take in more calories than you burn. So it's not your workout. Your workout is enhancing your health. Watch that. So it's probably triggering a little bit more eating. Watch what you're doing. You need strength training, aerobic exercise, low-fat nutrition, and mental fitness. Don't set yourself up for failure. Because, Veronica, a lot of people, when they lose weight without exercise, they end up flabby. You just got a smaller body, but you still have the same fat percentage. So you have to exercise. Watch it, Marilyn. Don't go there, girl.
Do you have any particular eating tips?
There's some eating tips. I recommend that you eat more fruits and vegetables, at least 5 pieces of fruit a day, 5 servings of vegetables a day. And the foods you eat outside of that should have less than 20% fat. That means you get 80% nutrients to nourish your body. Because surveys just show that 97% of Americans don't meet their daily nutritional needs. And this is extremely important because most people are overweight and undernourished, which is a phenomenon, but we can change that by eating foods that have less than 20% fat and learn how to read a food label. It's extremely important. Fat burner is your muscle. So those over-counter fat burners, you know, there's so many side effects with them. I see people want to jump start it, and what it does, it causes a lot of major problems. And the biggest cause is you don't make the right changes. So those jump starters, they don't really jump start you. I think they put you on the back burner. It really hurts people because you got to just start your program off slowly and get rid of the short-term mindset and get the long-term mindset. Because my question is, can you do it for 10 years? Can you do it for 20 years? Can you do it for 30 years? So, and that's the key. It tells you if you should do it at all. So that's a big thing to me because I've been in this business 25 years. I've seen so many people use supplements from different areas, and they all create a major problem. Lean on your own nutrition, exercise, strength training, and right mindset. We want this stuff quick. It doesn't work that way. But when I mean be realistic is the workout that you do at home, you're not going to be able to do the exact workout on the road. So what you want to do is make sure you do 50 to 75% of your normal workout, maintain your habit. That's being realistic. But if you want to do 100% and you can't and you quit, now that's unrealistic because only 40% of people who travel follow their workout program. We need to bring the numbers up because when you come home, you don't want to just carry your excess baggage on your shoulder and your waistline, only on the shoulder. That could be a major problem. Watch the excess baggage, you know? So you need to be realistic. There's 4 things you must do to stay fit and healthy for a lifetime. Strength training to keep your bones and muscles strong. Aerobic exercise to keep your heart and lungs in shape and reduce unwanted body fat. And low-fat nutrition. The foods you eat should have less than 20% fat, means you get 80% nutrients to keep your body nourished properly. And if you reduce the amount of fat in your diet, you can eat twice the amount of food. And there's one key that's really important is mental fitness. The mind, like the body, needs daily exercise to be fit and healthy for a lifetime because that's what dictates our actions, our thoughts.
At work, you can actually work out.
Right, you can sit and get fit. If you're sitting in a lazy boy, just like a couple of these water bottles, you can grab them here, lean back, incline bench press. 1, 2. This works your chest, your shoulders, and your triceps. And lean forward, and you straight back here. This works your back and your biceps. Hello.
And if you get those weird looks from your coworkers,
hey.
you're
Impress
getting fit, right?
The bottom line is, you know what? If you close the door to exercise, you just open the door to the hospital. You don't want them to come visit you, and you do some curls, and then you drop it like it's hot into a squat. You got 600 muscles, 200 bones worked in less than 16 seconds.
I don't know
3
if I'm
times
going
a
to
week.
All right, well, our next email is from a man. He's a 5'9" or 59-year-old, 5'6", 150-pound man. He says, my genetics make it impossible for me to build muscle. I use weights and a rowing machine, but I can bench press 57 pounds and press overhead even less now. It was just a few years ago, Jerry, that I could lift 97 pounds. So he actually, he wanted a segment for us weaklings, he's saying.
Whoa, Morgan, I can't believe it. What? No, Morgan, unbelievable. Anyone who watches Jerry Jumpstart obviously is not weakling, it's powerful. Here's the bottom line. Morgan, your body is a marvelous adaptability machine. It knows nothing about your age, knows nothing about your genetics. The more you stress it, the stronger it gets. You probably lighten up on your workout a little bit, but what I want you to do is focus on progression and find the growth set. Here's what the growth set is. If you're doing 5 sets, find the one set that produces the muscle and put all your energy into it. That's the key to the success. That's what I do all the time. That's why I'm able to maintain the muscle mass. And another thing, Morgan, of all the years I've been in this business, 25 years, the people who have the best results are women who have children and men over 50. They build the most muscle. So I'm not hearing that, Morgan. We got to get you on the right path. Warm up, then explode with your major lift. That's what you do. Get it under control. Use your energy wisely. Because, Veronica, a lot of people are using a lot of their energy on the sets that don't produce results.
Right.
Find that one that produces results, then give it all you got, and you got it under control, Morgan, because you can build more muscle. And you know what? You're not a weakling. You're powerful. Right.
Jerry, our next one, as everybody always says, your metabolism slows down as you age. This one coming from Jim, who says, I'm a 51-year-old male, and I figure that I need to lose at least 30 pounds. So he wants to know, first of all, how do you keep so fit? And do you have an exercise routine that you can share? And Jerry, I'm going to throw this one in there. Also, we want to know about your eating habits. You're not one of those people with a scale, are you?
No, I don't use a scale. What I do is, one of my big things is I go 10, 10, 10 for men. Every day, 10 pieces of fruit, 10 cups of vegetables, and 10 glasses of water. That locks in my health and my fitness, because most people don't take in enough water, enough fruit and vegetables. Once you get that in, it'll fill your stomach up. You got the fiber. Then you can't overeat because your stomach is always full.
Can I ask you something, Jerry? 10 glasses of water. Are you always going to the bathroom?
I'm very active. I'm very active. The freeway is flowing smoothly. I mean, everything is flowing really well. There's no obstructions. So you're right, but that's the key. But you know one thing about that, Veronica, because if you have a toxin in your body, boom, it clears out really quick. It's not sitting in there. And see, 40 to 60% of your body weight is water, 70% of your muscle weight is water. See, a lot of people don't realize you have to get the water in your system. If you have a toxin in there and you don't have the water, it becomes more toxic. So you have to watch that. But Jim, here's what I want you to do. I want you to focus on losing 1 pound of fat a week for the next 30 weeks. And by June of 2007, boom, your waistline went from a U to a V. You're right there. And what I do personally is I don't over-exercise. If I don't feel like exercising a day, I'll take a break and rest up a little bit. But every other day with weight training, I do cardio every day, at least 30 minutes. And then I go with the nutrition, 10, 10, 10 for men. 8, 8, 8 keeps a lady looking great. That's how you kick that in. Of course you do it like that, Veronica.
All right.
And here's the thing, mental fitness, you gotta have the right attitude. Stop telling yourself you can't do it when you can. How do you know you can't do it? You didn't even try. Veronica, the most amazing thing is to me is when I'm in front of at a conference talking to a group of people or I'm working with a client, the biggest obstacle I have is overcoming their ability to tell them that they cannot do it. They think, I can't do it, Jerry, I can't find the time. But you can do it if you decide to do it. Make your mind up and make it happen, because you can do it.
And you are 48 and you still look great.
48 and still look great.
Oh, you do, Jerry. And you know, I just want to say, I got the visual down now. You're not the guy with the scale. You're the guy who carries around that big jug of water. 10, 10, 10.
Exactly. You have to. 10, 10, 10 for men. 8, 8, 8 keeps the ladies looking great. The key is, first of all, you stimulate the growth through increasing your repetitions or weight, and then the muscle, then the protein builds and repairs muscle, but it can't build and repair muscle that haven't been stimulated. So that overload principle is one of the principles that's really lost in exercise. Trainers do it. People who work out that's advanced, they lose sight of overload principle.
Very important. Also important to watch your waistline, and you're saying to actually get out the tape measure.
Yes, Veronica, you got to watch your waistline. I actually brought a tape measure.
No.
The bottom line, a lot of people don't watch their waistline because your waistline dictates your lifeline. The smaller the waist, the longer the life. So here's the thing. A lot of people won't check that waistline. For ladies, your waistline should be under 35 inches. Otherwise, you're predisposed to over 39 different health problems that also increase your risk for heart disease, stroke, cancer, and diabetes. Guys, 40 inches. If your waistline's over 40 inches, trim it down. Get the measuring tape out, voila, put it around the waistline, and just check it. You should check that waistline every month. If it's over 35, ladies, you need to reduce it. Guys, 40, you got to reduce it. Veronica, even happened to Bill Gates. I saw that guy was getting a little bit around the middle, but he started exercising, trimmed it down. You know what happened to him? He was getting a little, Veronica, micro soft in the middle, if you know what I mean. So he trimmed it down, and then there you go. So you got to watch your waistline. If Bill can do it, I can do it, you can do it. So watch your waistline. Pump up your BMR, lean muscle mass, regain your balance, calorie intake versus calorie expenditure, and make it a priority because it is important to be healthy, and you have to check your waistline. It's almost like checking your gas gauge. You won't know what's going on. And I look at it this way also, Veronica. I always tell these young guys is, hey, you guys may be young, but you're not smart enough to outbeat me out because they don't know what they're doing. 40 and over, we got to show them the way. Yes.
All right, quickly, and then I'll let you go. So do you believe it's more important to check your waistline, or do you believe it's more important to get on that scale?
Well, you know what? Also, you got to use both. They're measuring points. Just like you have the BMI, body mass index. Veronica, when I do the body mass index, I'm considered to be obese on the body mass index. But if you check the waistline, that's good, but you need to check your body weight because everyone has a different structure, and you know how you need to look. So get on that scale once a week. You have to be in control of what's going on. Hey, we check our gas gauge, we check the sugar, we check everything. We need to check our body weight. When people don't check their body weight, that's going to be a problem. Because if it'll sneak up on you 3 or 4 pounds. Before you know it, you're up 20 pounds and you wonder, I have to burn this off, and that's very difficult for most people. So we have to keep control.
Jerry Anderson.
Very important.
Keeping it all in check
Yes.
for us.
Important. Take a photo of yourself. You may not like what you see, but to change the photo, you have to change your habits. And I always ask this question, how much will you weigh 10 years from now if you keep on doing what you're doing today? If you're gaining 5 pounds a year in 10 years, you'll be 50 pounds heavier. If you're losing 5% of your physical strength a year, in 10 years, you'll be 50% weaker. And what you have on your hands is a body that's 50 pounds heavier, 50% weaker, trying to carry you through life. You have too many rocks in your wagon, and it won't roll.
Okay, another diet, Jerry, the
Yes.
zone diet. This is a really popular one. Whittling your waistline, or is it slim in the wallet?
You know what? This one, celebrities are all on board on this, but this diet is actually, it's after your wallet. It's not after your waistline because they say it keeps you in the zone. Yes, amazing. It says 40, 30, 30, 40% carbohydrates, 30% fat, 30% protein. And if you stay in that zone, your body's constantly burning fat. But here's my question again. If you overeat in that, out of the zone, in the zone, you still will gain weight. So the zone diet is very deceptive. And the proteins, the carbohydrates are low. You need fruit, you need vegetables, you need grains. You really need these in your program. So the bottom line that this program is definitely after your wallet. It is not after your waistline.
So you want to remember portion control is one of your points you're making.
There you go, because here's the bottom line is you only gain weight when you take in more calories than you burn.
All right.
That's the simple formula.
Got to remember that one. You also want us to track the fiber too, and by that you mean write in a food diary.
It's not a diary.
What
All
is
I
it?
want you to do is track it for 5 days.
Okay.
Just find out exactly how many grams of fiber you take it in every day, because most people don't know. Everybody say, Jerry, well, I don't think I'm taking enough fiber. Here's the thing, it's recommended that we eat 25 to 35 grams of fiber a day. Most Americans are eating less than 15 grams of fiber a day.
Yeah, I
Our
definitely
fiber
think I'm in
intake.
that category.
Yeah,
for sure.
you see the fiber intake. So you track it for 5 days, then you make the necessary adjustments to bring it up to the level. Then you fighting fat with fiber, because when the fiber go up, the fat goes down. Hello, the waistline is trimmed. Instead of
Hello.
Veronica. And here's the thing, the waistline, a lot of people, when they're not tracking the fiber, their waistline looks like a U. But once you track it, it's going to look like a V.